Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, Chief Content Producer and writer of jakestake.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. I am so excited because on this episode, I get to talk to someone from one of my all-time favorite shows, America's Got Talent. AGT is back for its 16th season on NBC, and it's also Jake's Take's 10th season covering the show. I'm very excited to be talking with magician Dustin Tavella, who is part of the season 16 premiere episode. I want to give a special shout out to my friends over at Fremantle and NBC for this incredible opportunity. So without further ado, let's go directly to my conversation with Dustin Tavella.
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's a pleasure to talk with you.
Most definitely. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So shall we get started?
Oh, most definitely.
All right, Dustin, so when did you get interested in magic, and how did that passion evolve into desire to become a part of the entertainment industry?
Yeah, so when I was young, 8 years old, I loved magic. I always thought it was the coolest thing in the world. My grandparents actually gambled in Atlantic City all the time, and so they would get comped rooms and free tickets for shows and stuff like that. And they would take us with them all the time to go to the beach and watch the shows and eat free food and stuff. And every once in a while there would be magic shows there, and so I would go to these magic shows in Atlantic City, and I just thought it was the most amazing thing in the world. And so I started learning some magic stuff when I was young. Actually started dressing up like a clown, and I would do birthday parties and things like this. I thought it was so fun. And then when I was probably about like 12, 13 years old, I stopped, and I actually started focusing on music and stuff. I've always loved entertainment, always loved the stage. And anyway, long story short, fast forward about 3 years ago, I met a friend who was a magician, and he kind of reignited my love for magic. His name was Scott Stein, and started kind of brushing up on magic again. He started showing me some stuff, and at that point I realized I could create magic. My wife and I are very passionate about serving and loving people. We always try to inspire people to impact their communities and the world around them. And so I started realizing I could tell stories with my magic, even more exciting for me because it's what I love doing. And so as I started doing this, AGT obviously is a huge, huge platform, and there's so much about telling stories. And I was like, this is perfect. I can go on and do the thing that I love. I can perform. I can hopefully inspire people to see humans differently, to love humans, and so yeah, it just seemed like a perfect fit. And to be honest, I auditioned for AGT for like the last 2 seasons, and I think I just wasn't ready because, like I said, I was just getting back into magic, and so it was a hard no. And in this season, it finally worked out to be able to be on, and I could not be more excited.
I'm happy that here's the thing. I think you were ready for this season, and it's amazing to hear that you auditioned for 14 and 15. And I remember specifically that Eric Chet and Max Major did wonderful work on there.
Yeah.
On their season.
Yeah.
Representing musicians very well.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that was one of the things that was super intimidating because, on AGT, they have a long history of amazing magicians and people who have done a lot of really great things, and they've had people who have told a lot of really great stories, and it's scary kind of feeling like, you get up on that stage and you're kind of in the shadow of all these people who have gone before you. But it was fun because one thing that I've been realizing is, and it's one of the things that my wife and I talk about a lot, is every person has their own set of strengths as a unique individual, and they're able to reach people with their own story. And so I think once I kind of stopped comparing, and I felt permission to just be me and to do what I feel like I've been gifted to do, it was cool. Even when I was creating this performance, when I was creating this trick, it was almost like because so many times you want to copy other magicians. I see people that I look up to, and I want to do what they do, but I've been excited to kind of mature as an entertainer into this place where I feel like I can be me and I can make my own stuff.
Awesome. And I gotta say that your performance, your audition was one of the best moments from the season premiere. And also I got chills watching it. I was talking to my mom, who was also watching the show at the same time. She got chills as well. So what was can you describe the feedback you received from not just the judges, but also from the America's Got Talent fan base?
Yeah. Well, it's been really, really incredible. I've been super, super encouraged, and I think one of the things that's really great is, to be honest, when I was doing music for a long time, it was great because I would write these songs, but I would go and I would perform, and sometimes I would start sharing a story of what the song is about or something like that, and people are kind of like, all right, just play the song, you know what I mean? Like, there's someplace performing, people they're just like, just play the music. But one of the things that I love about magic is, like I said, it's the ability to be able to tell a story, and for a moment, it's like, people's phones are down, they're paying attention, and I find it to be like a responsibility to impact people, right? To encourage people, to help people feel hope, to help them feel loved, to help them feel inspired. And so I think the feedback that I've gotten has been so great because not only have people been reacting to the magic and talking about how surprised they were and how impressed they were, and they have no idea how it's done and all these things, but they've also been, talking about how they've been feeling super inspired and encouraged. And I think one of the greatest things so far that's happened is two different things. One, I've heard from a couple of people who have been adopted, and their response has been incredible, just talking about how it's just made them so grateful for their parents, you know what I mean? Because I think sometimes adoption can have a little bit of a negative undertone, and it's easy sometimes, I think, for adoptees to question their worth and their value, and why was I not loved? Why was I not raised by my actual birth parents, And so to know that we were able to instill a sense of worth into them is everything to me. Like, that's the purpose behind everything, is I want people to know that they matter. And so that response has been incredible. And then the second thing, that night I got a call. Our son's birth mom is in jail at the moment. She's been struggling with some stuff, but she's been doing incredible, and she's just been growing a ton, and she's getting out soon. But I got a call from the women's jail, and one at a time, these girls were getting on the phone and just, thank you. We just watched the performance. We were all in tears. We all watched this together. 50 inmates just coming together and getting to watch and to celebrate a fellow inmate who is in there really striving to better in life. I think was just so like, I can't even explain what that did to my heart. It's so much better than, wow, you're really good at something. I feel like it moved people, and that's what matters.
I think you inspired a lot of people, Dustin, and I have a feeling that this audition will be talked about for years to come.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that a lot.
All right, so I want to pull a hypothetical on you. So you made it all the way to finale night, and Terry announced to you that you won season 16. So how would that winning America's Got Talent or making it to the finale night change your life?
I say, well, one, I think one of the things that, I would just love to have more resources at our fingertips to be able to do more with people. Right now, my wife and I, we try to live as simply as we can, and we try to be pretty generous with what we do have. And so sometimes it's hard not having a lot of space or resources to do all the things that we want to help people, and to be able to do community outreaches and to have events for people here in our town, as well as people surrounding areas that maybe, they're lower income or they can't afford to go to events. Like, we would just love to throw free events for people that are very high production, very high value, so that people feel like they have something that's cool, something great that maybe they wouldn't normally get to be a part of. And so on one hand, I think that would definitely be amazing, is just the idea of having more resources to continue to chase the things that we love. Even to be able to adopt more kids, that's a huge thing of ours. Like, right now, we're in a small little apartment. We'd love to just have a big house someday where we could adopt more kids and help rescue kids out of situations and grow our family in that way. And then on the other hand, I feel like not much would change at all. We're still going to be in Costco getting as many free samples as we can, and Trader Joe's getting as many free samples as we can, and just kind of living our normal lives because we just love people. We love being out. We love stuff like that too. So, yeah.
All righty. So America's Got Talent just announced auditions for season 17. If you had a chance to meet with viewers or fans that want to audition for America's Got Talent for the next season, what advice would you share with them?
I would say definitely keep working hard, doing the things that you love, being yourself. Like I talked about earlier, don't feel like you just have to copy other people or acts. I would encourage people to really hone in on the things that they love and get good. You know what I mean? And another thing too, tons and tons of people audition for America's Got Talent, and a small handful make it on each season. I was one of those people that did not make it on a couple seasons in a row, and it really had me almost questioning myself and my abilities. And there were times where I kind of just wanted to quit, But I think the reality is that any time in life when we experience rejection or maybe something doesn't work the way that we want, it can really just be motivation to grow and to get better. And I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I had people in my life encouraging me to practice, and not just to get mad and say, well, they don't know what they're talking about, but to really kind of take that to heart and say, you know what, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I do need to grow. Maybe I do have some stuff to learn, And I'm telling you, when I say I went in doing research and investing into my gift and going to lectures and trying to glean from other people and watching videos on YouTube and reading books, like everything that I could, I was so hungry to get better. I'd say that would be my greatest advice to people is like, don't let someone else define your worth through maybe where your skill level might be at. Like, keep going, keep pressing in, keeping your gifts to be a blessing, and eventually something's going to come around where you'll get a chance to impact people, whether that's small or big. Like, every person that you impact with your gift matters. So, yeah.
Awesome. Dustin, awesome advice. I think your story is just beginning. I have a feeling that America's Got Talent is going to open up doors for you, my friend. And not only that, you're going to inspire more people to adopt and do a lot more good in this world. Please, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you that you make it onto the Dolby Theater stage. It's been 2 years since we last saw the magician make it to the Dolby Theater. So I really hope that you help represent the Magic Act and actually be one of the first Magic winners since Shin to get the crown.
Awesome. Thank you, Jake. That really means so much. I appreciate that more than you know. This has been a wild ride of getting to meet cool people who have been really encouraging, and I do appreciate you taking time and reaching out. This has been really, really cool getting to talk to you for a bit.
Awesome. And I hope that this is not our last conversation. Please tell your wife and son hello from me and for all my listeners. And Dustin, thank you so much. Keep on inspiring, and I hope to goodness you make it to the Dolby Theater.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, guys, that was my conversation with Dustin. I hope he goes far this season, and we hopefully hear from him in the future. Now, if you missed an episode of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast, there are several outlets that you can look to listen to episodes. You can catch up on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, and Deezer. Just type in Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast, JACOB ELYACHAR, and you can listen to more of my conversations. Also, are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Head to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Please like and subscribe and follow me. I promise you I'll follow you back. And also, guys, like I said earlier, Jake's Take is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. Head to jakes-take.com for my America's Got Talent coverage and my previous conversations with alumni from the show, and even my behind-the-scenes visit to America's Got Talent when the producers came to Kansas City back in 2016. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to listen to our conversation, and have a fabulous day. Goodbye.